So we want to try to lock it up, right?
Yeah.
So is there a way we can do that?
I'm trying to look at how to lock it up. If you play, okay, so you can't play c4. If you play b5, then that's just terrible because it's blocking it. I mean, okay, hold on. b5, yeah, you don't really want him to take like that, I don't think, because this pawn will be past him. Can you? If you take on a5, and then he can take on c5. Although I'm not sure how great that would be for him, because you can get a tempo on his queen.
Well, if you take on a5, he's gonna take with the rook, right?
Oh yeah, because it gets a tempo on your bishop too, and then,
right. And then this pawn is a goner basically on a7. So
yeah.
So yeah, the right idea is to play b5 here.
Oh, you do play b5 here.
Yeah.
And then if he takes here, you take back like this, or
sorry. No, not b5 yet. You want to prepare it though. So, so queen d7 first. So you're connecting your rooks, also looking this way, and also potentially looking this way, just to play queen b5 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So castle, and now it's time for f5. Rook fb1. And now.
I start.
Okay. So now. Now, how do you lock it up?
Okay. So now, if you play b5, it sort of locks up his play. I mean, he's already moved his rook to b1, so he's already trying to go there. But if you play b5,
well, careful. He's actually he actually has a threat.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's
but there is a way to lock it up.
Okay. So if I were to play b5 here, then he takes. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, it's the same thing as before. He has. Oh yeah. Okay. So you can't do that. Like if you play this.
Check.
You don't want that.
Yep.
You don't want that happening. So you can't play b5 yet. I guess. Okay. Do you go king h7 or? Is that just no? That's probably a waste.
No, you want a way to kind of like chain lock the position. So you kind of want a way to like push lock.
Okay.
So yeah, the way to do it is the way Big Vosh says. You capture on e4, draw this pawn away from defense of this square. So pawn takes. Now you play c4, queen moves, and b5, and now you've locked it up completely.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you have all the kingside play, right?
Yeah.
So h4, rook f6, king h2, rook a f8. I mean, these moves are pretty obvious. Bishop e1, and now what are you going to get back into the game?
Okay. Wait. Oh, my queen or this bishop?
Mm-hmm. So how do you get back into the game? Okay. So now you're actually doing some stuff. So a6, and now what does black do here?
Okay. I mean. Okay. Hold on. I'm wondering if you can play g5.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
This stuff. You have.
Well, I don't think he can take actually. I think he's just
I don't think
crushed.
he can take either because the threat's on h6.
Yeah. So after g5, white played rook a3, trying to defend his third rank. But now, what can you play?
Can you push the pawn again? Yeah.
Okay. So knight g1.
Knight g1.
And now?
Now. I guess
you got to bring all your pieces in. So
yeah, knight there.
Good.
Okay, there. Now, I mean, okay, I guess you can't take it. Can you? I like sacrifice ideas. I guess I shouldn't do that though.
Well, you're gonna sacrifice, just not right away. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so bishop f2.
Everything there. Okay. Now, if you take there, you take check. King there. That doesn't look good yet.
How many attackers do you have on this guy?
4.
And how many defenders?
4.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, yeah. Do you just take it?
Sure. Okay, so bishop f1.
Okay.
And now?
Now, I wonder. I'm sorry. I don't just like say the moves immediately. Okay. Now I wonder. I feel like this knight is only useless for sacrificing. I wonder if it's too early though. Should I get my bishop over here first? No, that doesn't seem right. If I let me look at this. If I take and then he takes back with the pawn, do I have anything immediately? I can get my rook to f4 then, but does that matter?
You got the right idea.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, if I take, I can go queen here. No, I don't want to do that. But like this, and then I can add pressure to the h pawn, or.
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, your idea is in some order. Yeah. So in some order, after take, you just want to go queen here, rook here, and bishop here, and it kind of looks slow, but actually, there's absolutely nothing white can do because this pawn kind of cuts across the whole position. So I mean, black resigned, or white resigned in a few moves. But that's an example of using a king side attack. But you see how you lock the queen side completely first?
Yeah.
With that idea of take on e4 and c4.
Yeah, I guess
so that's
you're gonna play on the...
important. Yeah. That's very important.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's see. Okay, this one's slightly different. So let's see what happens when white does this. So c4, c5, knight c3, knight c6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, a3. So what do we play on a3 always?
a5.
Good. So a5. Knight f3, e5, castle, knight g7, d3, d6. Okay, so knight e1 again. So always try to do the fake out. Try to go for d5 ASAP. So here white is up to the challenge. So now we just have to castle. Knight c2. What do we do here?
Oh no!
No! Don't hang all your pieces.
I lied.
Okay, so now what happens if white goes here?
Okay, so he's trying to lock it up for himself, I guess. Can you? I wonder. Okay, I just looked at knight a4 or knight b4 immediately. I don't know if that's good. Is that right?
Sure.
Knight b4?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just try to add pressure to d5.
Yeah. Okay. So now he goes e4.
Oh, e4. Okay. Interesting. So now the question, I guess, can we take the knight and then try to play on whatever side he takes back?
Yeah.
The pawn he takes back with?
Okay, but which knight?
Here,
right, but the problem is you actually want to exchange both sets of knights. So you want to do it this way, and then no matter what he takes back with, you're going to take this knight.
Okay.
So he decided to take back with this guy. So you're going to take on c2, take on c2.
Wait, okay, so why positionally would you want to trade off both sets of knights there?
Because whoever has knights is going to have, you know, a good piece. So if you don't take this knight on c2, the problem is this knight on b4 is kind of off sides, and this knight can reroute to c4. And on c4, it really puts pressure on these pawns.
Yeah,
right?
Actually, your knight can't really go anywhere. You're right.
And this knight really can only put pressure on this pawn on d3, but it's easily defended. So at the moment, this knight actually has a better feature on c2 than the knight on b4 does, even though it looks like our knight on b4 is better. So that's why we exchanged that other set of knights.
Okay.
So knight takes, queen takes, bishop c8. That's important because we want to actually, because the bishop really has no future anywhere on this diagonal, right?
Yeah.
But it wants to be here so it can attack d3. So that's why we play bishop c8.
Yeah.
And
bishop d7.
2, b6, just getting our piece out. Bishop c3, bishop a6, f4. White tries to do stuff, but always note that whenever f4 is played
here, f5.
Well, usually that would be the usual response, but in this particular position, we can actually take on f4.
Yeah.
And now after takes, just play queen c7. And now our idea is we're going to eventually play this move, but we need to prepare it a little bit more. So rook a e1, rook b e8. So we need to stop this e5. We need to make sure we have more defenders than attackers on that square. And then after rook f3, now we play this move f5. So now we put the question to these pawns.
Okay.
So bishop takes, take with the queen to get some more mobility. Queen c3, and now this endgame is actually quite fine for us because we can play this move c4.
Yep. And now he's.
And now the problem is he's losing a pawn, I think, by force. So he ended up playing king f2, cd3, e5, e5, fe5, and now the cute move rook e5, because after rook e5, d2 promotes a queen, so you have to go rook e1, and then black ended up winning this game.
That's cool.
So
okay.
Yeah, so this game, it was kind of a maneuvering game, but this time with bishops as opposed to with knights, because the knights got exchanged. But when white kind of locks up the position that way, it can never really be beneficial for white, because black's always going to have the kind of the say because of how flexible his pawn structure is. White's pawn structure always ends up being less flexible than black. So
okay. That's a good point, though. Where does white go wrong in these lines? Like,
I mean, various places. Like in this game, like white was probably equal, even up until here. But I think this idea of f4 was maybe a little misguided. Because it seemed aggressive, but it turned out that it actually wasn't. It actually was a bit premature. I think he could have prepared it more with moving his rooks, maybe his rook to e1 first before doing that.
Okay.
And also maybe playing like this rook to e1 and then like playing bishop f1 and kind of just holding this pawn might have been better. Because I mean, really, it's hard for black to make progress unless white opens up the position for him. So, so yeah, but that's just another example of what to do if they kind of forestall your b5. Okay, so let's look. Okay, let's look at this one. This is a very typical example of another queen side marauding. Okay, so g5 or g3 knight c6, bishop g2 g6 c4, bishop g7 knight c3. Okay, e5 again, d3 knight g7. Okay, so this guy went knight d2 and knight f1. So he's again doing the same idea of trying to go knight e3 knight d5.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so knight f1, a6 here. Okay, bishop g5. Now what do we always do on bishop g5?
f6.
Good.
I can play it.
Yep. Okay, now bishop e3. So what do we do on bishop e3?
d6.
Good.
Right?
Oh yeah,
okay.
good. Okay, a3. So what do we do on a3? This is a trick question now.
Well, okay, it would normally be a5.
Right, but we gotta threaten something first, right?
We gotta threaten something. Oh, we gotta. Wait, what are we gonna threaten first?
We gotta threaten this move, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. We have to threaten d5.
Yeah.
Let's play
Okay,
that.
so bishop e6. So now white takes the bull by the horns and plays b4. So what do we do here now? So the idea is he wants to take this at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
So the question is that good for us or bad for us?
Oh, what do you mean by like letting him take here? I guess it gives us the file. Okay, if we. Yeah, I guess taking. Okay, if we do this, I think that's actually bad for us because it takes. Here.
You sure?
No, I'm not sure. Actually, now I'm looking at it.
I mean, his king is kind of stuck in the center.
Yeah, we are gonna get files as long as he doesn't get the castle. It looks good. No. So now here, I mean. Okay,
well, actually, white
it
didn't.
was played, yeah.
So white, yeah. So we took here rook b8, and here he did not take on a6 because well, you tell me.
Wait, if he takes on a6, I mean, it looks like I mean.
No. You actually win the game.
Let me look at it. Okay, then I should actually look at just for a better answer.
Black to play and win.
Yeah, black to play and win. I'm sure it's obvious.
It's pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious. He must just be hanging a piece or something.
Yep.
Is he hanging a piece?
Yep.
Rook a8.
Yep.
It's not pinned though, is it?
Yep, it is.
Oh, because there's a fork. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see that. I saw the fork idea, but I was like, oh, it's defended. Yeah. Okay. You're right.
So that forks a lot of things. Okay, so yeah. So you just win a piece. So tactically, he has to go back. So he goes to g2, and now what?
That's right. Okay. Now, can you play a5? Just a minute.
No.
No.
Oh, I mean, look at this guy. We got to try to checkmate that guy.
Look at this guy. Okay. Okay. Can you play d5? Can you play d5?
Yes, very good. D5.
Okay.
Okay, so I take.
Open the position. Take with this knight.
Good.